Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode number... I have no idea. It's in the title, it's on the thumbnail. I want to say 69, but I don't think it's that. Either way, we are here for Dynamite, and Dynamite alone. Because of the All In Grand Prix, we are doing nightly events. So tomorrow and the day after is night 3 and night 4 of the Grand Prix, which, if I'm being honest, has started off incredibly well, and I'm so happy that it is working. But we are here for Dynamite. No Collision in this one, just a one and done, meaning that Collision will be available in 3 episodes time, because we do have night 3 and 4 as just mentioned. But that doesn't mean it's going to be, any less interesting. It's still going to be the same kind of shows you get, just nothing after this one. But yeah, we're here, Dynamite. We are in the pre-show. Let's take a look and see what is going down. We've got some mixed, random tag teams here. Billy Starks and Samantha DeMartin taking on Paige Van Zant and Trish Adora. And in About That had subpar wrestling and little heat. Paige Van Zant and Trish Adora get the win. They defeat Billy Starks and Samantha DeMartin in 12:28 when Van Zant pins DeMartin. Kind of surprised that this got a 60. I thought this would probably get a little bit lower than that. Everyone floating around the 50s. I'm glad to see Billy Starks doing well. DeMartin doing really well as well. Obviously, Trish and Paige's scores were dragged down because they don't work well as a team. But on the opposite side, Billy and Samantha work well as a team. However, Paige and Trish still got the win. So make of that what you will. So that is our first pre-show match. Got 2 pre-show matches, kind of how we normally do. And the next one is Teton taking on AR Fox in a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling, but not a great deal of heat. AR Fox gets the win. Wow, I didn't think that'd happen. In 9 minutes with the 450 splash. AR Fox is our current Ring of Honor TV champion. He defeated Matt Cardona for that belt. Because I did the whole prepare to recall, and they had AR Fox defeat him. And AR Fox since then has done 2 or 3 defenses as well, so he's doing very well in Ring of Honor. Teton with the 73, AR Fox with a 67. Yeah, not bad. 70 overall, can't complain. Pretty good pre-show match. But we are heading into the main show now, and we're kicking off with a title match. Hikaru Shida, who recently won the IWGP Women's Championship, has already defended it twice, and she is defending it for a 3rd time today. Hopefully she can retain, because I think she's building a nice string of title defenses, upping that prestige of the IWGP Women's belt. And today she is facing off against Deonna Purrazzo. Let's see what goes down in our opening match, which is also for the title. A 79. Wow, Shida is unreal. Love Hikaru Shida. In About That had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Hikaru Shida gets the win. She retains against Deonna Purrazzo in 20 minutes and 41 seconds with the Falcon Arrow, making it defense number 3 of the IWGP Women's Championship. Hikaru with an 84, my goodness, and Deonna with a 65. Nice. Yeah, awesome start to the show. Our kind of upper mid main event women's division is so solid now. It's mid 70s, sometimes even early 80s, and I can see that it's just going to grow from there. Well, I hope it does. Because, for example, I think the way that popularity and stuff works here is based on your segment rating over time. That's the boost that you'll lean more towards. So if Hikaru Shida is getting 70 plus ratings week in, week out from here on, then her pop is going to grow, and alongside that her average in-ring performance score is going to grow, because her in-ring stats are already insane. So perfect. Couldn't ask for a better start. Awesome match. Well done, Deonna. Well done, Hikaru. Post-match though, Jade Cargill comes out again. Doesn't say much. She just gestures towards the belt on Hikaru's, and then does the whole, the belt gesture people do, where they kind of like, kind of rub an imaginary belt across their waist. So it looks like Jade Cargill has her eyes focused on not only Hikaru Shida, but also the IWGP Championship, Women's championship. That would be an impressive feat if Cargill can do that. But I feel like Cargill wants to extend her run of wins first. She's got to build that momentum. She has to earn the shot. She knows that she can't just walk in and demand a title shot. But she's reminding Hikaru, with every defense you make, it's one step closer to losing it to me. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, we head backstage now where Daniel Garcia is knocking on the door. Someone is ringing knocking on the door of Nigel McGuinness. And him and Mercedes Moné demand a title rematch against Bryan Danielson now. They were like, he moaned and bitched for weeks and he got his match. I want mine now. I want it tonight. And Nigel just says, whoa, Garcia. Relax. Breathe. Mercedes, you two. Breathe. Relax. Bryan's not here tonight. He's got the night off after having night 1 and night 2 of the Grand Prix. So we've given him the night off tonight. You can't have your match tonight. And Daniel Garcia's like, oh, what am I meant to do with all this anger? Oh, I'm so angry. I'm going to throw my glasses to the ground. And Nigel says, well, what I can do for you, seeing as though, you know, you're all fired up, I'll organise a match for you later on tonight. So head down to the ring when they let you know to, and you can have a nice little singles match just to blow off a little bit of steam. How does that sound? And Garcia's like, well, that's better than nothing. But as soon as Bryan Danielson is available, I want my rematch. And Nigel says, don't worry, Daniel, you've got it. He's like, best do. So yeah, Daniel Garcia guaranteed, obviously, his championship rematch. But not yet, because, you know, Bryan Danielson's a little bit busy in our 90 plus rated Grand Prix shows. But we do stay backstage a little bit longer, where we see Jake Roberts trying to tempt FTR yet again. He's like, you see what I've been doing with Drew? You see what I've morphed him into? Guys, where's your tag title opportunity? You haven't had one for months. You know, if you come under my wing and join the Roberts family, then maybe, you know, you guys can hit the heights that I know you can. And just as, you know, he's kind of finishing off talking to him, he can just hear some laughing in the background and a slow clap. And it's just Christian Cage just being like, oh, Jake, you silly old man. Yes, I will admit, you have done some wonders with Drew Galloway, someone who, you know, I've had my fair share of battles with. But FTR, really? You know, they've been there, they've done it all. You know, you guys have earned the status of being, you know, one of the best teams to ever exist. But, Jake, you're looking in the past. Look at me. Take me, for example. You know, I'm doing what you do, but better. I'm bringing in clients with a future, not a past. And my boys, Kyle Fletcher, Mark Davis of Aussie Open, are the future of AEW and will become the next World Tag Team Champions. And, you know, FTR are just a distant memory. And Jake says, oh yeah, you think the FTR are washed up? Well, how about this tonight? You get your boys, I get my boys, and we'll settle this in a main event match. And Christian says, you're on. I'll see you there, old man. And FTR are like, what? We're not your boys, Jake. What? And they're like, oh, either way, just, you know, 5 seconds of being with me and you've now got a main event match. Just think about it, okay? So Jake kind of waddles off, and FTR are just like, what? Okay, well, we best get ready for a match tonight then. So main event tonight, FTR taking on Aussie Open. FTR obviously not part of the Roberts family. They kind of want to be, but they're not. No, Roberts wants them to be, but they're not. And it looks like Christian Cage has just become the manager of Aussie Open for now. I mean, I think they're happy to have him. He's got great experience. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens in the main event. But following this, though, we have some women's wrestling, and we saw her earlier tonight, Jade Cargill. She's got a match against Shayna Baszler. And in a decent match, Jade Cargill gets the win. She defeats Shayna Baszler with the Jaded. But during the match, we did have Layla Gray distract Shayna Baszler. So, you know, a little bit of help. Just a little bit of help from the outside. But nonetheless, Jade Cargill got the win. Her and Shayna have great chemistry together too, which is something I didn't think they would have, because, you know, just thinking about their styles, I don't know, Jade got a 60, you know, which isn't the best, but we're getting there. And Shayna with a 55, which really isn't good. I thought Shayna's would be better than that. But a 66 overall, I will take that. We got a lot of boosts here. Most come from commentary, but that's fair enough. And yeah, Jade just racks up another win. And getting these wins, as I said, you know, 66 is a decent score. If you can get consistently 66, it's going to start growing when the pop increases alongside the in-ring skills and experience. So, you know, we're building something. As you can see, the return of Cargill has advanced with this segment. And we're staying in the ring now where Daniel Garcia has his match and Nigel McGuinness has fed him El Generico. Oh, an 85. There we go. And about that has great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Daniel Garcia makes El Generico tap in 23 minutes with the sharp shooter. Daniel Garcia with a very impressive 89. Someone who was so close to being in the Grand Prix, but unfortunately did not make the cut. El Generico with a 75, another person who was strongly considered for the Grand Prix. If I had more time or I had a bit more patience, maybe we could have made it, you know, more men in the blocks, but there'll be one next year, so these guys just have to earn their place then, I guess. But an 85 rated match, awesome. I kind of love it when there's no notes. It's just, here's an 85, you're done, awesome. So yeah, an 89 from Daniel Garcia, excellent performance here, proving why he was the inaugural World Light Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, we don't head backstage actually. We've got a little vignette, a little video, a little pre-recording, and it is between the Best Bros, MJF and Matt Cardona. And MJF has taken Matt Cardona to his favourite spot, his favourite gym and spa, and just says, man, you've lost 2 matches back to back. We need to get you a win. The next match, you're going to get a win. And trust me, this is what I do a few nights before every one of my matches. And that is why I'm consistently winning. And Steph's like, didn't you lose to Prince Devitt the other day? And Max is like, whoa, Steph. Shh. We don't talk about that, okay? But yeah, so it's just a little training montage. You know, they're hitting the weights together. They're on the running machine trying to outpace each other. They're in the sauna just relaxing. Steph's there too, you know, in a lovely little towel. And they're just like proper chilling. And then it cuts to them on like a lounger by a pool, you know, cucumber on their eyes. Just, you know, be like, oh, this is it. And Matt's like, this is it, Max. This is what it's all about. I feel so good. And you know what? Night 3, I'm dedicating my win to you, Max. I'm dedicating it to you. And Max just like sits up, takes his cucumber off his eyes and says, thank you, man. I love you. And then Matt says, I love you too. And then Steph kind of leans forward and Max goes, or MJF goes, you're okay, Steph. And Steph goes, I don't really like you, Max. And then they all laugh. They go, ha 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 ha. So yeah, just a fun little comedy-ish skit between these guys. You know, MJF and Matt have got great entertainment skills, so why not make the most of it? So Matt Cardona says that he's dedicating his next match to Max Friedman. I can't help saying Max now, to MJF. And just to confirm, Matt Cardona's next match is in night 3 and it is against Miro. So yeah, good luck with that, Matt. Miro hasn't got a win yet. I'm sure he'll be just as keen to get one as you. And I'm sure MJF will be ringside again watching front row. But yeah, 100 segment, love that. It's MJF, it's Matt Cardona. Steph Delander's there as well. Can't complain. Following this though, we actually have a Dynamite debut. Not an AEW debut, a Dynamite debut, because even though he's had 2 matches in the last 2 nights, you can't stop Volta from wanting a match. He is taking on Chucky T in what I imagine to be a pretty one-sided affair. 75, I'll take that. In a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Volta defeats Chucky T in 9 minutes by submission with a rear naked choke. Volta with an 88 in-ring performance. I've noticed that when you put Volta to dominate, his number just goes whoosh, straight up in the air. Chucky T with a 65, 75. Normally with these under 10-minute matches, I do think they get penalised. No, okay. Sometimes when you go too short, it says that the score was restricted, but this was just a 75. Yeah, Volta gets the win. That's 3 wins on the bounce for him. 2 of them in the Grand Prix, 1 of them on Dynamite, and he's looking very, very impressive. And post-match, because, you know, he hardly broke a sweat, Renee comes down to the ring to speak with Volta. And once again, Volta's a good promo too. 87. Renee using her catchphrase, which is, you know, back to you, Taz. I don't know. So she interviews Walter and she just says, Walter, welcome to AEW. You've had 2 very impressive Grand Prix matches and a very dominant match just now. You know, how are you feeling? You know, what's up? And Volta just says, it's pretty simple, Renee. I have dominated everywhere I have been. And Tony Khan reached out to me, told me about the Grand Prix project, and it's something that you just simply can't say no to. If I want to dominate the world, then it makes sense to go to the biggest company in the world, AEW, and dominate there. 2 wins so far in the Grand Prix, and I guarantee you all I will be making that 9 wins, and my 10th will be in the Grand Prix final. So yeah, you know, big words from Volta saying that he is not going to lose at all in the AEW All-In Grand Prix. And you know what, the way that he started, I mean, I'm pretty convinced he will. Although I do think he's faced, maybe on paper, the least impressive of the bunch so far in the tournament. I believe he's faced, Bandido and Darby Allin? Let's just see. Yeah, Darby Allin and Bandido, yeah. His next match is against Juice Robinson, should he turn up. Because Juicy Boy has been, you know, non-existent. He's been AWOL. Don't know where he's been for the last 2 nights. So, and he's not here on Dynamite either. So, let's see if Juice appears. And, you know, what an appearance to make when you have to face Volta. But either way, let's head into our main event now. As discussed earlier, Jake Roberts set the challenge to Christian and his clients, Aussie Open, as they face off against FTR, potential future Roberts family members. Let's head straight into it. Hopefully, it's a good one. 83, I'll take that. In a bout that had great wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, it's Aussie Open who get the win in 19 minutes when Carl Fletcher pins Dax Harwood with the Tombstone Piledriver. I mean, Aussie Open are just getting better and better as the weeks go on. Mark Davis and Carl Fletcher with 85 performances. Dax with a 77, Cash with a 75. You know, really good performances all round. I'm very happy with how this turned out. FTR, they're pretty inconsistent for me. But in the past few weeks, they've nailed it. And Aussie Open, again, are nailing it. So yeah, couldn't be happier with this. Got the crowd buzzing as well. Christian's storyline advances because we can see Jake and Christian are at ringside. And yeah, awesome. Great way to end the show. Christian raises Aussie Open's hands, clapping him, giving them the fanfare, as well as, you know, clapping himself a little. FTR kind of peel themselves out of the ring, and Roberts is, you know, just whispering in their ear, talking to him, and it looks like they're slowly starting to pay more attention to Jake. So we'll have to see what happens there. But that is how we end Dynamite and how we end the episode. Let's see how we did. An 86, nice. I mean, that was definitely helped by the big Volta and MJF segments and the Daniel Garcia match. But yeah, awesome little episode of Dynamite for you guys. Shida continuing her impressive run with the IWGP Women's Championship. Jade Cargill wanting that championship, but not yet. She'll know when she's ready. The Jake Roberts family trying to grow with FTR, and I think as the weeks progress, he may be able to chip slowly away at that. Christian, you know, continuing Aussie Open's great run. They didn't need him, but now they've got him. I feel like they're a stronger unit. And Daniel Garcia getting his title shot, but not just yet. Sound familiar? And yeah, Volta is here, and he is dominating, and he has made a very big promise to all of us that he's going to win every single match. Will he? You know, there's only one way to find out, and that is to tune in. And tune in you should to the next episode, which is night 3 of the AEW All-In Grand Prix. I'm just going to run through the matches on the card. We will have Will Ospreay taking on Zack Sabre Jr., Bryan Danielson facing Jon Moxley. Yeah, you heard that right. Miro taking on Matt Cardona. Pac taking on Hangman Page. Another repeat of a huge match we've had in the past. Volta taking on Juice Robinson, should he turn up. Darby Allin facing Drew Galloway. Kenny Omega taking on former Elite partner Nick Jackson. Last time those two were together, it was Kenny confronting Nick about his actions towards Matt. And finally, we will have Roosh taking on Prince Devitt. So that should be a very, very good show. I'm very excited about it. And yeah, I hope you guys are excited too. Thank you very much for watching this one. Night 3 and Night 4 are the next episodes, followed by a Collision standalone. That's just how it's going to be for a couple of weeks, and then we will return to the regular format. So thank you very much, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Yeah.